Hello everyone, and welcome back to your favorite baseball talk show, Touching All Bases. As you can tell, today's episode looks a little different. We sadly are without our lovely host, Maura Kane, so instead I will be hosting right here from the panelist table. I am your host and panelist, Katie Pfeffer, joined alongside Kaden Hughes, Riley Morgan, Drew Landon, and Jackson Cash. With the 2024 World Series officially behind us, in this episode we will unpack the first trades of the offseason, the top free agents, and even some exciting news from right here in Clemson. But to start, what better way to get over the 2024 World Series than to talk about the 2025 World Series? In our first segment, we will be making our way too early 2025 World Series predictions.
Jackson said I would be freaked out, so I'm
gonna go last.
Oh, he hasn't turned over.
I want to go last on this one because it's gonna be a bad one. I want to go last.
Okay,
I want to go last.
I can go first then. I have the San Diego Padres going all the way because why not? I feel like their team is so evenly stacked, and the only team that beat them was the Dodgers in the playoffs, who eventually went to win the whole thing. And yeah, their team is just so, like, they have every single component on lock. If they go into free agency, they get some more pitching, they can get that aspect down, and then they'll be set. I believe the Padres will go all the way.
Yeah, I agree with you. I also chose the Padres. They are losing a few key pieces. They're losing Jurickson Profar, Higashioka, and their reliever Tanner Scott to free agency. And Ha-Seong Kim will likely opt out of his $8 million mutual option for 2025.
Brave. He's a brave.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that. They also will need to figure out what to do for shortstop, but Jackson Merrill, who is currently playing in the outfield, was actually drafted as a shortstop, so he could potentially play shortstop, or they could move Xander Bogaerts over to play shortstop. So they have a few different options. Also, Joe Musgrove is going to have to undergo Tommy John surgery after he hurt his elbow in his last playoff start. However, I think that their GM, AJ Preller, is known to be aggressive. I can see him going out this offseason, making some big moves, and really making them a contender.
Yeah, I have the Dodgers winning next season. I have them repeating. Yeah, I mean, watching them this postseason, like, they really were unstoppable. If they go in that same way next year, they're going to be even more unstoppable. They're coming back with a better team. They're keeping their core guys. They're planning on signing so many big free agents, pitching. They're planning on they're going to get at least one or two big starters, Max Fried. They're most likely re-signing Hernandez. So they're keeping that core group of guys who already won this year to go into next year. And yeah, I don't see anyone beating them next year.
I'm going to start off by apologizing. I got a pretty bad cough, so I'm going to try to hold it in as much as I can this show, but I'm probably going to be coughing a little bit. But, so, looking at contenders, just looking at the betting lines, I always love doing that. They got the Dodgers at
plus 400, and the Yankees at plus 750, and the Braves at plus 800. That's the top three. And
oh my gosh, really?
Drops a little bit. Yeah, that's the top three right now. And then it's followed by the Phillies, Orioles, and Astros, and Mets are all kind of in that same gap. I'm getting a new tattoo. I already have one that says I'm scared of Freddie in October. My next one is I'm not saying it'll never happen, until I see the Yankees, like, beat a really good postseason team, I'm not taking them seriously in October. So with that said,
Look at his deck. They haven't won a postseason game in 11 years. Put up your whiteboard.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to Orioles.
It didn't even take the postseason. It took the regular season.
His point is not taking the Yankees seriously.
I'm not taking the Yankees seriously. Yeah,
all right,
absolutely.
Of
course. Yeah. I'm going chalk. I'm picking the top. My tattoo. I can't pick the Yankees, so I'm picking the top AL team projected. The team projected to win the AL, just ahead of the Astros, which essentially, I think they're getting Burns and Santander, right? I think they're bringing it back. I think they're incredible players. I think this seemed like it was their year, and then they failed it. They sold it. I think they can still buy in. I think they'll still be okay. And I mean, just looking at the AL, it just the NL. I think my biggest thing is, first, I don't think the World Series champion is going to come out of the NL. Because I think they're going to beat up on each other. I think it kind of reminds me of the SEC in college football, where there's so much talent. I think they're all going to be beating up on each other. I think one team's going to make it out of the AL, and just looking at the Yankees, the Astros are scary. But looking at the Yankees, it's like the Yankees, Guardians, Orioles, and Astros are the top, like, corner of the markets right now, the contenders. And just looking at that, like I think the Orioles, have the best chance. And then I think we might see an NL team that's a little battered and bruised, and I think the Orioles can go through. It's definitely a bold prediction. Like obviously, gun to my head, I'd probably just pick the Dodgers.
I had the Orioles for this year, and you know what happened with that.
That went very bad.
You know.
I just can't back them after their recent postseason performance.
Yeah.
Last 2 postseason.
Can we guess Jackson's team, real quick?
Wait,
just real fast.
guess.
Yankees. I think Yankees.
Tigers.
I think Phillies.
Okay.
No.
Phillies is a good guess.
It's going to be the
Yankees,
Phillies.
but I think Phillies is a good guess.
All right, my guess, I have shat on this team for like multiple
It's the
weeks.
Yankees.
I'm going the Yankees. And the reason why I'm going the Yankees is because I think this World Series and this postseason is going to be a wake-up call. And the fact that Soto is leaving and everyone's trying to count them out now, I think is going to be a big wake-up for them, for this team. Because when I look at this team's pitching rotation, I see names like Garrett Cole, Nestor Cortez, Carlos Rodon, Marcus Stroman, even Luke Weaver. This rotation is still very strong for them. And even in a postseason where, of course, they played the Dodgers, and the Dodgers blew out everyone that they played pretty much. But it all came down, I think, to that series. It came down to the hitting for the Dodgers. It wasn't that great. Hitting for the Yankees wasn't that great, my bad. But I really do believe that this Yankees team, this World Series, will be a wake-up call for them in the postseason. Why? Because they still, even after all of this postseason, crap that's been going on for them and all of the wild stuff that's already happening in free agency, this team's still a very solid team. I mean, when I look at the infielders, I look at right now, they only have 3 infielders in their roster right now in MLB.com. They only have 3 infielders, but the 3 are Oswaldo Cabrera, which not that great, but it's still Jazz Chisholm and Anthony Volpe. This team still has young stars that can shine bright in the postseason, because Jazz Chisholm was still a really good ball player in the postseason for them. Same thing can be said for the outfield. Trent Grisham could come up. It's kind of everything now and then for him. Jason Dominguez, a guy that Drew talked about a few weeks ago, that when he was projected to come into the league, he was going to be big. He wasn't for them. I think, honestly, he could do that next season. I think he could pull a bounce back. And then, of course, the big story of the Yankees postseason was, of course, Aaron Judge. Expectations a little too bright, failed big when it came to the World Series. However, I do think the home runs that he hit and some of the clutch hitting, although there wasn't a lot, there was still a little bit.
When was the clutch hitting?
There's
Guardians
glimpses.
Game they lost?
I mean, Guardians, yeah, I mean, he still hit a home run to give them a chance. Let's be real. He still gave the Yankees a chance the times that he hit.
That was a clutch hit.
The rest of the roster didn't.
You forgot about one player that's coming back.
That's one player that's coming back.
I know who you're talking
Rice.
about. I mean, I think honestly that's going to decide it or not. If Ben Rice is on the roster, if Ben Rice is on the opening day roster,
He's starting.
chance.
He's starting. No Alonso, Ben Rice. They don't get Alonso, Ben Rice is starting first base.
No.
I think that, honestly, I think that this team, though, I think the pieces are still there for them. I mean, even with Soto leaving, I think it's still there. And even Gleyber Torres recently is also hitting free agency. I think this team still has the pieces that it needs to win a World Series. The question, how are they going to do postseason? How are they going to do? Are they going to re-sign Soto? Are they going to re-sign any other guy, really?
We're going to talk about that soon.
Yeah, we'll talk about that soon. I think there's a lot of big free agent names this year that if they go out and get, because come on, they're the Yankees. They're going to get guys regardless of what this postseason looks like or offseason looks like. So yeah, I think this team, it's already built up very strong. If they go get the pieces they need left in the offseason, I think they'll be it. I think they'll finally break that drought.
I'm still rolling with the Dodgers.
I just think the Orioles take is a little crazy because of they haven't won a postseason
Definitely
game
the weakest take on the
due.
panel.
in 11 years.
They're due. We'll see.
They are due.
Well, I
They
mean,
are
I think
due.
if you're saying that the Orioles take is crazy, we also have to agree that the Yankees take is a bit crazy.
It depends on what they do in free agency.
I don't think it's that crazy.
If they get back Soto, I think I'm going to be 100% confident.
Right now, I don't
would
think
say-
it's crazy. After
Okay.
free agency,
If they get one of the big pitchers on the market, that's not
I
crazy.
honestly feel like they
Fair
could go
enough.
get Blake Snell.
I
think they can.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later, Jackson.
Talk about it later.
Well, before we get ahead of ourselves, moving on to our next segment, we have some exciting and soon-to-be historical news from our very own backyard. Tonight at 7, the Savannah Bananas will face the Clemson Tigers in Doug Kingsmore Stadium, marking the Bananas' first ever exhibition game against a college team.
Oh, I love Savannah Bananas.
I love it.
They
Globetrotters of
It's
baseball.
it's so crazy because like with like their actual games, like they have like a year-long line for tickets for their games, and then they're just here in Clemson, and people are just able to go. It's crazy.
I think it's really cool because of what they've done for the game of baseball.
Oh,
I mean,
for
they've
sure.
attracted even foreign audience. They've incredibly attracted a younger audience, which I think baseball a few years ago saw those numbers kind of dip down a little bit. The Bananas
always been
have
down,
has transformed baseball for better. And I think obviously them coming to Clemson, that's great for us. But also I think it gives us a chance to see with the Bananas roster, could they actually be a college or professional team? Because a lot of their guys are like guys that are playing like summer league ball in like college, and even some guys that were professional at one point. So I think it's really cool. I think it's going to be an awesome experience for Clemson overall. And if we lose that game, be concerned. So
They are playing with banana ball rules, so like I don't know how our guys might not like.
It's going to be different.
Our guys
baseball
might
player
not.
in my class, and he was like, I think we're gonna lose, honestly. Yeah. You know,
Honestly,
I
I
won't say
mean-
his name because I don't think he wants people knowing that he said that. Yeah.
It is their game, so.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited about it. I love the Savannah Bananas in every part of it. What's their, like, instead of having their like little cheerleaders, what is it, like the Nana Nanners or something? It's just like old ladies just like cheering on the team. Like, I love it so much.
So much more wholesome.
Like, literally the Savannah Bananas is like my humor to a T. Like, just the most like stupid, like outlandish stuff. Like, I love it. So I'm excited. I'm
feel
excited.
like-
Sad I can't be there tonight.
I feel like we need to implement some banana ball rules into MLB. Like I feel like there's some that we could definitely like to make it more fun.
Which banana ball?
Oh God, I don't know them.
Everyone
On the
stop
top of my
talking
head.
right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. I prepared a game. I made a list. I made a list of 6 banana ball rules, and in 10 seconds I would like y'all to decide if it should be implemented to the MLB.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
let's go.
topical. Y'all are like, oh
Should we
no.
do like hold up the white for yes and the brown for
that's
no?
perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But you have 10 seconds, okay?
Okay.
Oh, am I not supposed to look up the rules?
Or I guess we
No,
could
no, I
write.
have- I
We
have
could
it
write
right
like smiley face or frowny face.
Sure, yeah. It's just yeah. So I have 6 rules, and then I added a 7th. That's my own rule, okay? So that's just for me. All right.
Okay.
So the first rule, okay? The team with the most runs each inning gets a point until the 9th inning, where every run is a point. If you need me to say it again, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, around that.
So like
say it again.
each inning, the team with the most runs gets 1 point. All right.
Oh, yeah.
And then in the 9th inning, each run is worth a point, like normal.
Wait, are we doing like we like this or we don't like this?
Yeah, I've done the faces.
Just do anything that means positive or negative. You know.
Okay, when everyone writes theirs down, we'll
All right.
reveal.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it too. I'll do it too.
Is that a middle finger?
You all said no. Oh, Katie said
I
yes.
said.
You said yes.
I said.
I said no.
The only reason that I say yes is half of the reason the game of baseball gets boring is because a game is like 10-0 and you're like, okay, there's no way they can come back from that.
Exactly.
But if they could only get 1 point every inning, that would eliminate the factor of games being like
Blowouts.
blowout games. So I guess in
we
that
changed our
sense,
mind. I'll
I
flip
could
it,
see
yeah.
it like making baseball more fun. Do I like actually truly want it to happen? No, but like I feel like it could potentially be a good
You flipped me. I think I changed my vote. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but we're still saying no.
Yeah, I'm a modern day baseball enjoyer.
Okay.
It'd be
Then you're
fun-
gonna
it'd be
you're gonna suck
fun.
for the second.
You're an old head.
It would be fun.
All right, this will be-
honestly, it's a little childish.
This will be quick. 2-hour time limit. After 2 hours, then the score is the score and the game's over.
No, sorry.
We all
weren't
said no.
supposed to.
I think absolutely not.
Jackson said
Absolutely
yes.
not.
Okay, Jackson, give your case real fast. There's 6. I want to go quick.
I'm saying yeah, specifically because baseball games can be very long. They actually tried to eliminate this with the pitch clock. Still hasn't kind of worked. I think they delayed like the games by like 30 minutes. Something
No,
like
I think
that.
it's the time's been down. I like the pitch clock.
They can definitely like find another way to shorten games, but I think capping games at 2 hours is not the idea because that prevents like these like crazy extra inning stints where like they cut like it just prevents like some really cool moments in baseball from happening.
And it would like cause the players to start like rushing pitches, rushing like what they're trying to do, like because the time's going down. Like,
What do you think about this though? If the games were shortened down and you had 30 minutes left, you were in the 7th inning. guys would be scrambling to hit whatever they could. It'd make the game in the later innings, especially very, very aggressive.
I guess it could be fun because there's time limits for my little
How
brothers.
fast would you be pitching too if you're trying
Yeah,
to
for like
batting?
my little brothers.
like
Yes.
5 seconds, bam,
10
you're
minutes
gone.
left. Yeah.
My little brother's like 12U games. They're so funny sometimes because like sometimes the team will be trying to stall because they're in the lead, and so they'll like take a timeout like every at bat and like tie their shoe for like 30 seconds.
We used to do that in softball, and be like, they get so mad.
So it applies.
Yes.
I mean, I don't want it to happen, but like I feel like there's fun aspects to all of it because they are Savannah Banana
It would
rules, after all.
honestly make like late inning games like very chaotic because teams are gonna try because like if a team's down by like 2 runs, they're gonna be panicking, swinging at whatever.
Yeah.
They can. They're not gonna be taking walks. They're gonna be hitting.
Yes.
You said you'd love to find some banana ball rules to be implemented in the MLB, which is perfect segue to this. And then you said you wish there'd be other rules to shorten the game. We should be on a baseball talk show together.
Okay. Wow.
All right, because that brings me right to my
Wow,
next
what
rule.
happened to us?
That brings me to my next rule.
Oh, okay.
No bunting, no mound visits, and no stepping out of the batter's box.
No.
All three of those.
Hold on. What are
No
the three?
bunting, no mound visits, no stepping out of the batter's box. Shortening the game.
I don't.
No bunting, no
Say
mound
yes.
visits, no substitutions. Yeah, no.
Slow,
I don't like-
Speed the game up.
I-
Absolutely.
What was the last one again?
The 2-hour time limit?
It's
No.
both.
No bunting, mound visits.
What's the
I say I like the no stepping out of the box.
Okay.
No, I hate. That's one I don't like.
I like the no
that's a
stepping
good
out of the
one.
box. I like mound. I like mound visits. It could be maybe more limited mound visits because what they have like 2 right now before they have to change it. Maybe it's just like you got to go and change them. Like, well, no. Maybe less mound visits between the catcher and the pitcher.
Yes.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. No mound visits between the catcher and the pitcher. I think no stepping out of the box, and I think bunting is fun. I like bunting.
Yeah.
I think bunting numbers have like dipped in.
Bunting never happens. No one bunts.
Every time now someone gets on a base on a bunt, it's like top 10 of the week place for like MLB nowadays. It's like no one gets on.
I would say, you know how basketball there's a restricted area where you can't go up from a certain spot and stuff. I think there should be an area where you can't hit the ball that like short, like it's a foul, like for bunting. I think that mound visits, I think you can go onto the mound and take a pitcher out, but I don't think you can like pitcher
them
to
down.
catcher stuff. Go calm them down. I don't think I should be out. I think you should be able to step out of the batter's box.
That
I
needs
think the
to
mentality of a batter just matters a lot.
No,
Just
mound
staying in
visits
rhythm
need
and
to
stuff.
happen.
I think that's what I'm
I
agreeing with
think
okay.
a mound visit and stepping out of the box is kind of the same thing in the sense for both players.
Yeah, it's
Like,
getting them to
it's the
collect
pitcher to
their.
calm down, the
Yeah.
batter to calm down. If you take away one, it kind of makes the advantage unfair.
Yep.
Well, I took away
Next.
Yeah, these are the
can't
last.
take away both.
So we got just 3 more, and these are the most fun.
Okay.
But y'all got to stay with me. These are a little.
will, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got you.
This is fun. I like this.
Yeah, after the
actually
fourth,
like this.
you were so skeptical too. After the 4th ball,
I didn't even know about this.
after the 4th ball, okay, the runner can run as far as he wants when they're walked. All right, they have to throw the ball around the mound, so catcher to first base, to second base, to third home before they can actually throw the batter out. Is that? Yeah, I can go. Too.
This is
I
like
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
this
we
is
got.
like a practice drill.
It is like a practice drill.
Wait, I kind of.
No.
I think it's fun.
Are we passing our first rule? No, we're 2 and 1 right now. You have
I'm
to
half.
decide right now. Yeah.
No. Okay.
decide
No.
right
Let me explain.
All right.
Okay. I think that yes, that should be a rule when there's no one on base. I don't think it should be a rule that like everyone can start running. Like I don't think a.
I like
Oh,
that.
that's a good
I
point.
like
I don't know what they do in
one.
that
I think one that can make it better. Allow that in the 9th inning.
Sure. All of these
Think
allow
about
in the
that.
9th inning.
A walk in
2-hour
the
time
9th inning would
All-
be deadly for a team.
Guys, I think we need to pitch this to the MLB.
That's great.
Just put it in Class A and see how it goes, and then just if it works, put it in Double A, Triple A.
Yeah.
Like they need to experiment with minor leagues so much more.
I think they should.
Yeah.
They recently did like an umpire thing for like checking the bat swing or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no, we
pretty cool.
actually, in my sports entrepreneurship class, we did a whole segment on the Savannah Bananas. And their manager, Jesse Cole, one thing that he said is like, the more that you do, the more that you learn. So you just have to keep experimenting. And I think that's what's made the Bananas so successful. And I really think the MLB should take a page out of their book and start experimenting with more fun things. It's not saying, oh, let's implement them, change the rules of baseball, put this in the major leagues. But yeah, start in the minor leagues. Yeah.
Yeah, they have spring training.
I think a Savannah Banana Ball All-Star game would be really cool. Like think about that. Think about that. Mookie Betts just running second base at like a walk.
I like that. All-Star game should have banana ball rules.
I really.
Listen to I like that.
Literally what I just said.
No, I said I like that.
I love that idea.
Wow, Katie
Katie?
stole my idea.
I didn't. I said I like
She definitely
that.
did it.
I I said your idea is good.
Well, these three didn't realize that. I said something.
Okay.
Whoa.
What's the next one, Kaden?
This is my favorite one. All of these were so wordy in the article I was looking at. This is the only one I couldn't condense. So it's like, okay.
Paragraph?
Ties are broken by what's called a one-on-one showdown, which can last at least 3 rounds. Each team selects one pitcher and one hitter to face off, with the pitching team only having the pitcher, catcher, and a single fielder during the first round. We have to all. Everyone hold your smiles up.
Absolutely.
What? That's insane. I don't like that one.
It's basically
I'm telling you, that would make extra. I mean, come on. We're allowed to have a guy like on second for extra innings. Come on.
Imagine
that would
3
be
fielders.
so fun.
Imagine putting the ball in play, like just like a ground ball that flies in the outfield. There's one fielder and he's just sprinting. How fun is that?
That's
Aaron
really
Judge might have a chance to do something big in the postseason.
So I feel like the
He could actually hit it to shortstop and still get safe.
I think what would happen is the catcher would have to sprint to second base or something.
Oh, wait. Okay. I understand.
Yeah, okay,
I was confused. I thought it was like, wait.
The pitcher would run to first. The catcher would probably sprint
No,
to
I was
second,
confused
and the
about
pitcher
the
would go
one.
home
I
a
was
few rounds
confused
faster.
about the one fielder.
that's
I
what
thought it
usually
was just like a hitting show off. I thought it was like kind of like a home run derby.
No.
Wait, okay, that's
Honestly,
kind of fun.
no.
But like still, I feel like that makes the game of baseball like too stupid. So I think I'm gonna go with a flat face. Like I think it would be fun.
I still think though, if you get someone out in that
I
situation,
agree. I just
like with
think
like
it would be
one fielder, you get someone out in like a hit to outfield.
Like,
that's gonna make the stadium go nuts.
The only way you're getting it out is if the dude strikes him out or pops it up straight to a fielder.
That's a good question. How far can a fielder run in a pop-up if they like had? You know what I'm trying to? Because they always get it there usually pretty easily. Like if you pop up a high fly ball deep right in their center, are they going to get there?
Yeah, probably.
They
Probably,
could do like a
yeah.
ground
How much
rule
can they
double.
cover?
Think
Like,
about that.
They're
They
covering
could
pop-ups
implement
pretty
a rule
well.
like that.
I had no idea. All right, this is my rule. Okay.
Okay.
All right, this is a quick one.
Okay.
All right, you just gotta stay with me a little bit, but not really. After an at-bat reaches 7 pitches, okay, foul balls caught by fans may result in a strikeout.
This is so funny. This one's so funny.
Foul balls caught by fans may result in a strikeout.
In a strikeout, it counts as a strikeout or just like a
out?
Like, well, you already have 2 strikes.
Not
It can be a pop-out, sure.
Yankees
But
fans
it's
would
an
be
out.
great at this one.
It's an out, yeah. So not like 0-2 count foul tip, you know, to keep the count going. Like not that. Once it's 7 pitches, then any caught by.
I'm doing the
I'm
exact
sorry
same
for
thing.
doing this.
Come on, a Phillies and a Braves fan fighting the stands.
Oh my God, we're like,
The ball's in the air, the
No,
fans
I think
are,
it would be. I think it would be so fun, but just like the logistics of making it happen are really hard.
They hardly even catch them anyway.
No, but you would have to have like refs in the stands. Like
you wouldn't?
Yeah, you would.
They have cameras, like 100 of them.
Okay, well, I feel like it would be like I don't know. I feel like it would just be too.
Think about that. Guy catches an out in a beer cup.
No, exactly. Imagine the next day, like the article of like, 12-year-old boy in baseball gloves saves the Braves season, and he's just like, he gets to meet he gets to go to the locker room, and
That's gonna be me.
He meets Ronald Acuna and stuff, and Acuna's like you saved it, thanks man, like that's the sweetest thing. And that
You're
would
my
happen. Or
MVP.
just like drunk guy with 4 beer cups grabs one and just saves the Padres.
That'd be amazing.
Think about it though. The
It'd
pitch
be
clock.
so fun.
The pitch clock is 3-2, and you're on the 10th.
It's the bottom of the ninth.
10th of that bat.
3-2.
No, and then he hits a home run. Before he had a foul ball that the fan grabbed, whatever.
You mean like the fan drops it and then he hits a home run? I mean, dude, that fan would be
If Aaron
hated, dude.
Judge
He can't-
pops out to lose a game to a 5-year-old, yes.
Yankees
That
fans
is
might
such a
actually
good
kill
rule.
each other over this.
That is awesome.
They would,
my
though.
Yeah, no, the fans, they would have to institute some kind of like lifetime ban if you fight over a foul ball or something. But
Yeah.
baseball's good, I feel like, at over punishing for trying to tamper with the game. and
Y'all
it
see
leads
the
to
players
things being-
mess with Mookie?
Yeah, Mookie Betts is
Like,
yes.
rip the ball
rip
out
his
of his hand.
I saw nothing wrong with that.
I saw an article that was like he might get a statue in the stadium.
I saw nothing wrong with that.
Still didn't matter. Still didn't
No, literally, like he was still an out. The dude was ejected from the stadium. Like lose
Lifetime
situation.
ban, I
Oh
think.
my God.
Yeah, lifetime.
He literally gave a kid
He was a
with
season
cancer
ticket
seats
holder.
to watch them lose the World Series. You think about that.
Who did?
That guy that lost his seats, they gave it to a family with like a kid with cancer or something like that. They gave them seats to watch their team lose in the World Series.
Well, the intention was there. The intention.
that was-
Yeah.
It was nice.
That's not very funny, Jackson.
Are those all the movies?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
All
So I don't know who didn't speak or whatever, but yeah, I'm done.
No, we're done.
Well, thank Thank you for that segment, Kaden. That was very entertaining. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well, moving on, now that it is the off season, we will have our first ever segment of Deal or No Deal, where we discuss the most recent trades and acquisitions as well as the hottest free agents. First, we will discuss something sure to get Drew fired up. The Yankees reportedly view Alonso as a backup plan for Soto.
Wow.
Panelists, what are your thoughts on Alonso crossing the bridge to play in the Bronx?
Are we writing something down?
All right, deal or no deal?
Apparently, we're writing deal or no deal.
No, we're not writing
Yes, we
deal
are.
or no
That's a
deal.
great idea. I
It's
love
just the
that.
name of the segment.
No, I like it.
I like it.
Oh, are we writing deal? Oh, okay.
I like it.
We're so organized.
I've already written it, so I'm gonna go first.
We should cut that out. Yeah.
I'm gonna go deal with this one. I think
Wait, I don't know the question. Hold on.
it's like, should the Yankees get Alonso as like a backup for Soto?
Okay, is the question, should the Yankees get Soto or should he be or should Alonso be a backup plan
Should
for
Alonso
Soto?
be the backup, the plan B? If
Okay.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going
I looked into it,
deal on that one.
so it's my fault.
I think Anthony Rizzo is of course getting a little bit older and he's kind of fading off, and a lot of his errors in the World Series was very evident. So I think Alonso, even though his numbers are still kind of dipping, they are better than Rizzo's, and I think he can add even more pop to the bat for the Yankees roster. So I'll go deal with Alonso being a backup for Soto.
I am going to go no deal. Do I think it would be a good move for the Yankees? Yes. So in that sense, deal. But no deal in the sense that I want Alonso to go to the Astros.
That would.
The Astros have a huge hole at first base. We had Jose Abreu. I don't want to talk about him.
You do not want Alonso.
I do want Alonso. It's better than Jose Abreu or John Singleton. Okay?
Guys, remember, they'll still get knocked out in the wild card. It's okay.
Okay, they got knocked out in the wild card last year. Let's talk about what they've done previously. I do not want any Astros playoff hate because I will start pulling up records and you will soon be sad.
And then she'll pull up the home run from.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we'll pull up Braves home run.
I'll pull
They
up
lost the
trash
World Series.
cans. Yeah.
Trash cans, Nationals, Braves home run, you name it, we'll pull it up.
Okay, like, all hate aside, which the hate will come right back. But like, lost in the wild card, but in the last few years has been pretty good. We're Braves and Astros. It's not like we're that super different, you know. We just don't cheat, but that's the only difference. Yeah.
Well,
We're having cheating.
So for the sake of peace, I'll bring that up.
Well, personally, I think Alonso would be great in Houston. You know, has already like firm hatred of the Yankees, so he can just translate that over to Houston, continue the Yankees more, be on a winning team. He said he's wanted that to happen. So I think Alonso would be a great fit in Houston.
Get this man in a Yankees uniform right now, because I feel like this Yankees team can wake him up. Like, I feel like the lights, it's what he needs. It'll be
Put
great
everyone
for
to
him.
sleep. They're not like.
Turn off the lights.
Yeah, exactly. Yankees, yeah, your career is
Pete
going
Alonso-
to die.
I wish I had a stat in front of me that said Pete Alonso performs better in big games, but Pete Alonso is not a little.
There are stats for that. You can find that.
Yeah, if I looked them up right now, I could probably find them. But Pete Alonso is a big game player. Pete Alonso can turn up. New York Yankees is a stadium where obviously the fans are a little bit excessive and over the top with the Mookie situation.
No, I
obviously.
like the intensity of the fans.
I do.
Sure.
I love it.
I do.
It's great, but I feel like that's a place where Pete Alonso can settle.
He's going from New York fans to New York fans. It's going to be the same.
Nothing.
Yeah, but it's
No,
different.
there is a difference.
It's
The
different.
culture is different. I agree.
You swap out a lighter blue for a darker
New
blue.
Yorkers. They're New Yorkers.
Even as a New York hater, I feel like Yankees fans are just more intense and
Absolutely.
more into it than Mets.
Mets fans have had nothing to look
It
to
is
for
different
like
culture.
years.
I'm going no deal. I'm like, if it's between him and Soto, Soto is a way better investment than Alonso is. Alonso has been digressing. Soto's been getting better. Blah blah blah. If I would not spend Alonso money on Alonso, I would honestly either re-sign Rizzo or I would get like a Josh Bell or Christian Walker, who's also on the free agency market.
Sure.
I don't.
Wouldn't hate it.
I don't.
It's all right.
Yeah, I don't like I don't like the Yankees going and getting Alonso for
Always so cheap.
their sake.
Sorry. I kind of fully agree with you, but I said deal because I don't like the Yankees. Yeah, so first of all,
So
the way I'm so.
So you want
I think it would be a bad deal. I think an Alonso contract. I don't think Alonso deserves the Alonso contract he's going to get, and so I hope the Yankees do it.
Yeah.
And then I'll also say, like, if the question is, like, Alonso shouldn't change how strongly they pursue Soto. Like, it should be like we are going all in on Soto. If that fails, I don't know. You brought up like kind of like they shouldn't get him instead. If it's either or, it's Soto. I'd rather pay Soto money than Alonso money.
Yeah.
But yeah, Juan Soto's going to the Blue Jays.
Here's the thing.
What the hell?
Juan Soto's going to Toronto and stuff, you know. So absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like if they get Soto, would that make Alonso want to go more to the Yankees?
The Mets aren't going to let them get both.
Yeah, no, I think they should just get Soto and not get Alonso.
They probably
but I hope that they lose Soto. And
but I feel like if the Yankees do re-sign Soto, that's going to give Alonso a little bit more of a push to, hey, maybe I want to be a Yankee.
But also, that's like. What would that be? $500 million on? No, that'd be like almost a billion. Soto's getting like 600. So
I saw that he's looking for $700 million.
Yeah,
he's looking for somewhere close to the
so
contract
600, 700 plus the 200 something Alonso's going to get. That's. I don't know if the Yankees do.
Soto's definitely worth that money, I think.
Go for it.
Did y'all look at all the teams that were like, you know, reaching out and stuff or interested? You know, a team that, and I don't know if they called him or they planned to call Soto.
The Rays.
The Tampa Bay Rays.
Yep.
What are we doing?
$8 million last year.
They don't even have a roof on their stadium.
He's going to get like 60% of their
Wow.
Soto was
he's not going there.
a few games away from a World Series. He's not going to a team that just missed the whole postseason. That's not going to
He's going to the Blue Jays.
You know who else reached out?
The Rays.
The Blue Jays, who were last.
How close were they on Ohtani? They were this close to getting Ohtani
Bro,
last year.
that was so funny.
Soto would not
They
go to the Red
just
Sox.
missed Ohtani. They're persuasive. There's a reason Ohtani almost went there. They're persuasive.
Okay.
They almost got Freddie too.
They almost got Freddie too. They're always in the running.
They're
Soto
always
is going
there.
to go to
Always
a
right there.
World Series contender.
It's
He's
always
not going to
like-
go to a little.
It's going to be either the Yankees, Mets, or Dodgers, and the Mets.
What if Juan Soto was just on a huge team of a bunch of superstars, and he saw them kind of give up in the World Series? He saw the heart go away, the base running was bad, the defense was bad, and he's like, I want to go to a franchise. He's like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of these like Aaron Judge, like big heroes and these big lights and stuff. I want to go to a smaller team with a lot of heart. And then the Blue Jays, they said something to Ohtani and something to Freddie.
He's going to choose the Blue. You realize? Okay. So I'm actually going to make a segue right here because this is going into our next take.
Of course.
But do you realize that the Blue Jays were last in their division?
Yes.
None of their stars
74 wins.
performed.
Of course.
Yes. Bo Bichette, who we're going to be talking about next, went 225, had a 225 average, 277 on base percentage, and a 322 slugging over 336 plate appearances.
He was injured.
He
was hurt 3 times. He was on IL 3
Yes,
times.
he was on the IL 3 times. So I'm saying their big stars did not perform either. I don't know why he would want to go to the Blue Jays. But anyways, our next point is that the Blue Jays did not end up dealing Bo Bichette. So do y'all think this means that Toronto is looking to contend in 2025?
I'll start this one. I'm going to
Yeah, because they're getting Juan Soto. You can't contend without Juan Soto.
Wait, are we right? Deal that's a good idea.
If you sign Juan Soto.
When I was making these questions, I wasn't thinking it was going to be deal or no deal.
Okay,
So
so
whatever y'all's interpretation.
What does the Blue Jays should not deal Bo Bichette? What is that? What would that be?
No, they already did not deal
okay.
him. So maybe do we think the Blue Jays are going to contend in 2025?
Juan Soto.
I think that's a deal.
Of course.
I think that's a deal, and I'll go here's why. Blue Jays are a good team, but obviously injuries hit them. You can make the same case for the Braves. So, and the Braves are still considered a World Series team next year.
Well,
but we had the same injury bug hit the Blue Jays and the Braves. So if we want to use that argument, then I think it's kind of nullified for the Blue Jays. I think they're a good team on paper. I mean, obviously the past few years they have been they've been a good team. They have a lot of good stars on that team. 1 year cannot count a team out because let's be honest, Yankees didn't make the postseason last year and they made it the World Series this year. So I'll go deal.
What I think is different is yes, the Braves and the Blue Jays both experienced the injury bug, but the Braves still made it to the postseason. The Blue Jays were last place in their division. So I think that even though they both faced injuries, whoever their backups are to those people with injuries, obviously there was a lot more talent on the Braves, whereas the Blue Jays, they're a little more lackluster in that department. So I really do not know what the Braves or the Blue Jays are thinking right now, if they want to contend or if they don't want to contend. I'm sure obviously every team wants to contend, but I think there is a chance that they decided to hold on to Bo Bichette and not trade him right now, because his value right now is at an all-time low. This is,
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, this is the worst season that he's had. You know, he was in his prime from 2019 to 23. Obviously, this season he was riddled with injuries, didn't perform. So I could see them maybe just holding out until the trade deadline if they're still not performing, if the Blue Jays are still not performing, but maybe Bo Bichette is having a better season, trade him then and see if you can get some pieces. So I guess for that reason, I said no deal. Maybe they're just going to wait to trade him, and that they're not trading him thinking that they are going to contend this season, but just waiting to trade him to hopefully get more pieces.
Do you like how you brought up of the trade deadline? Because the Braves, most of their roster towards the end of the season, they got at the trade deadline or a little bit beforehand. The Blue Jays didn't go out and get a team at the deadline because they arguably have a team that's probably worth a good bit of money, and they can't afford to lose those guys. Because in the long run, they're not going to give up Bo Bichette for a guy that's barely going to produce in like a year or so. They're going to keep him because he, yet again, a Ben Rice guy, a Ben Rice.
Ben Rice type.
Yeah, they're gonna keep a guy that's performed for them for years. One season does not mean you're a bad player. I think he can get up to that level again. Obviously, there's room to grow.
So my idea with the Blue Jays is they've been in contention for all these players we've been talking about, but they've never gone and actually got them. I think they're not a competitive team right now, but if they want to be, they need to go out and get those free agents that they want to get.
It's close to Ohtani.
Yeah, like they're always in the mix. They never succeed. They have great potential if they go out and get those players. Like Vladdy and Bo, those are great players to build a team around. If they're able to build a team around those two players, they have a good chance at succeeding, but they have to win out on the other teams in those big free agents.
What do you think the reason is to why they're not winning out, these guys?
Injuries.
The team name, like not the team name, but like just like when you look at Dodgers or Blue Jays, Dodgers are the Dodgers, and then the Blue Jays are like, oh, do I?
Blue Jays has a chance at the World
Toronto,
Series.
like, do I want to?
That's why Soto wants to change. I think he wants to get out. I think he might want to get out of that big market area and stuff. Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
That's why I'm dealing.
He doesn't.
That's why I'm
That's
dealing
Soto's life.
on contenders, because I think if you have Juan Soto, you can't not contend. You know, but and to be serious, all I really put here was that, you know, talking about stock market, you don't sell low on a player, which is what you said, and then I said you can always at the trade deadline dump guys if it's not working out. But I think you should buy in right now, and I think that free agency should be about them buying in as much as they can to contend, and then if it doesn't work out at the trade deadline, they can dump those guys. They can start a little sell, a little rebuild and stuff. But I mean, y'all kind of covered everything I said.
Yeah. Would they trade Vladdy, you think?
No.
I mean, I think
no.
Vladdy.
How much does he have left on his contract?
I don't know. Has he even been signed to a contract like
That's
that?
the one guy. Out of anyone on the Blue Jays roster, that's the guy you.
That's literally
expect
the Blue
least to leave.
Jays.
You can't.
They're not gonna get rid of him.
See, I see what you're saying about the Blue Jays needing to go and get Juan Soto, but I think before they address any offensive concerns and try to bolster their roster there, what they really need to do is go out and get some bullpen pieces.
Absolutely.
Yeah, last season they were ranked 29th in their bullpen, second to last, which is not good at all. So I think that, you know, if their stars can start performing again, if Bo Bichette has an up season, if Vladdy performs, if George Springer performs to his full potential, and then they go out and get some of those, you know, some big name bullpen pieces
There
that are
some
out.
really good bullpen names this year.
There's so many good
Out in free agency, I could really see them making a jump from literally last place in their division to being a playoff contender or even World Series contender.
Mine, I actually completely agree with what Riley said. Mine is a deal, but also a deal question mark. Mine is a solid deal because there's so many free agent pieces that are out this year compared to other years that, like, they have to pick up good pieces. You would think.
They're not all going to the Mets, Yankees, and Dodgers. You know, like some of them will go to a random.
They're all not good.
But not Soto.
Their biggest names are
Not Soto.
Yeah, I mean that's
Soto's going to the big market.
Soto's going to a big team, not the Blue Jays.
I mean, probably. I'm trying to manifest.
No.
I mean,
You really like
That
the Blue
dude-
Jays that
that
much, or you
dude's
just
all
like,
about the
want
money.
the Blue Jays to sign a big name?
I'm just not a big market, you know.
Okay, yeah, fair enough, fair
But
enough.
if Soto went to the
It
Blue
would
Jays, though, that would
be the most
immediately change their chances.
I'm afraid-
from, like, barely being
I would
considered.
love the Blue Jays if they
Juan
if they got
Soto- Juan
He's
Soto-
my favorite player outside off the Braves. If he went to the Toronto Blue Jays, that'd be sick.
Juan
Sorry.
Soto might be the next Kevin Durant. Like,
Honestly.
go into the Padres, they look great. No, not anymore. Went to the Yankees, they look great. Oh, they lost World Series. We're going to go to the Dodgers probably because they just won a World Series. And then he's going to go out and win 2 rings just like Kevin.
I don't think the Dodgers even need him. Honestly, the Dodgers don't need him.
They don't need
They
him.
just won it without him.
They don't
like,
need him.
They don't need
They
anyone.
can buy him, like.
Yeah, exactly. Why not just like let's win 150 games next year?
Here's
you
the
know?
thing.
Yeah.
He's gonna go to a team where he's gonna be.
They're going to be the first team to go 169 and 0.
Exactly.
Or 162.
169.
We just added 7.
I'm not gonna make any jokes. That would be inappropriate.
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Oh my God,
Well-
it's me in my bed.
Okay.
With that, let's move on to our next part of Deal or No Deal. I'm going to hand this last segment of Deal or No Deal over to Kaden, where we will predict where the top free agents will land of the 2025 season. And I think I should preface, this is not Deal or No Deal. We're just saying where we think we're going to land. We're not ready to Deal or No Deal.
I feel like let's put the teams on boards and show them up.
Yes,
Show 'em
yes,
up.
that was the plan.
Wait, in the contract or just the team?
Just the team, honestly.
team, yeah.
Just the team. Contracts.
Oh, wow. I didn't go that far to make contracts.
Contracts.
for-
Too much writing.
We're on Burns, right?
Yes.
We're on Burns.
Corbin Burns.
All right. When everybody has theirs down, we'll put them up.
Wait, whoa.
No, whoa.
Okay, my bad,
I'm the
my bad.
host.
Okay, we'll do
all
that.
right. I'm the host.
All right.
Here.
Sorry,
And
my
also,
bad.
if y'all would like, this is just an idea. If y'all would like to, we could do. I'm gonna give y'all the projected contract that I have. Y'all could do maybe up arrow if you're like, I'll do that, and maybe a little down arrow if you're like, I want to do that.
idea. I like that idea.
So I'm gonna set the table. I'm just gonna give y'all a background for each of these players. I'm so excited to do this, and then y'all can give me your opinion. All right. So. I went in reverse order. So the MLB free agent rankings and stuff, they got them ranked. I'm sure y'all have all seen them. I went in reverse order. So we're starting with the least valuable player. These are all studs. But we're starting with the least valuable player. We're going to the most valuable. So we're starting with Slick Willie Adames.
Hey, can we start with Burns, perhaps? Because that's perhaps the order that the slides are in.
I'll read that and I'll go with that. That's
Yes,
perfect.
that
All
was
right,
okay.
we're gonna start.
Yes,
Start
yes.
hot. All right, we're gonna give our listeners a heart attack because we're starting with the most exciting player here. All right, so we need this is Corbin Burns.
Yeah.
Most exciting player.
He's a pitcher. He's second in MLB's free agent ranking. All right. He's from the Orioles. They just gave him a qualifying offer because they love him. He's amazing. His projected salary is 7 years, $245 million. All right. 7 years, $245. Players within that range, we're talking like Garrett Cole money. We're not far from DeGrom at that point.
Can we possibly put like an equal sign? I feel like that's a good one.
Sure, yeah. So Garrett Cole, we're not far from Jacob DeGrom at that point. This is Garrett Cole money. Potential fits that I saw, these aren't like my opinion. This is just from me looking into other sources. Orioles, Red Sox, Mets, and Tigers. But I would love to hear what y'all have to say about where y'all think he's going to go.
Okay.
Well, personally, I think that the Orioles need to re-sign him. Currently the Orioles are 26 in payroll. They have a lot of big name players, but they're all homegrown players. I think what the Orioles really need to do to probably finally, put their toe over the edge to actually, contend in the playoffs and win some playoff games is sign a big name player to a big name deal. That's something that they've yet to do, and I think they can really make that step forward by signing Burns. So I think that the Orioles should sign Burns, and I think that they should either have it, equal to the deal that you said, or maybe even a bit higher, just, to, make their mark and say, hey, we're ready to put the big money in, we're ready to compete, this is our year.
I have him going to the Mets, unfortunately. The Mets are absolutely 100% going after starting pitching because they're losing, I think they're losing 3 of their starting pitchers to free agency, so they're going to be going after the top market pitchers. Corbin Burns is obviously at the top of this market. I have a down arrow for that contract. I think the Mets will probably do that, but is he worth that? No, I don't think he is. I think he's worth about 7 years for, what did I say, 210. That's 30 a year because, after if he does get 7 years, he'll be 37. 210, that's 30 million. 30 million a year. But he'll be 37. He'll be 37 if he gets 7 years, and paying a 37-year-old more than $30 million a year is just a little bit too much.
So if he calls your phone, you're the manager, and he says, "I'll sign with y'all for 7 years, $220 million," you're hanging up?
No, I'm saying absolutely.
You said 210 was your number.
Oh, 220.
What about 230?
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the See, what's your point? When do you say no? I knew 210 was too low.
No, 210 is like the least that he's worth. Like he can go up.
What's the most you pay him?
33 a year.
Okay.
Got
you. Perfect.
I'll go next with this one. What 3 pitchers are the Mets losing? Are they losing?
They're losing like Severino. They're losing Sean Manaea, and then someone else.
Are they losing Sengai?
Please.
What's his
Okay, so they need.
No, they're not. They're not.
Okay, so they need 4 pitchers actually.
Yes.
So I am going. He is going to go to the Mets. If the Mets are losing big pitchers for them that got them really far, besides Sengai, they're gonna need another arm in there. And I think Corbin Burns. As a matter of fact, I think out of all the teams right now, I think when I actually looked up Corbin Burns, most of the teams in his headlines right now are the Mets. So clearly the Mets are the most interested in him. And I think that what Kaden said to the contract, I think that's equal. I really think that's a good estimate and a good prediction. Simply because what Riley said a second ago, obviously paying a 37-year-old that much money, what's he going to do at like 30, 31, 32, 33? There's still an early year in that contract. So if he gets them like let's say 2 World Series, even 1 World Series, that's still a very good contract for him because he's making bank. They're winning games. They're winning when it matters most. And if he continues to produce, heck, we don't know if he's still going to produce at 37. I mean, what was it? Mariano Rivera was like almost in his 40s, I think, and was still dealing for the Yankees.
Charlie Morton, dude.
Charlie
was drafted
Morton.
in 2002.
Charlie Morton, Chris Sale. I could go over a bunch of like old guys that got contracts that produced big for their teams.
And also,
So, yeah.
in 7 years, $33 million in baseball is not going to be what it is right now. So in 7 years from now, it's going to be like the 14th highest paid pitcher probably.
Sure.
By then.
So Soto this offseason could probably drastically change the numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
With
absolutely.
Ohtani and Soto back to back.
Yeah.
That's going to change it.
You haven't gone right.
I have Mets with a down arrow and an equal sign because the equal sign is 240 is the max I would go, and then I would start it probably.
245. If he asks for 245, you're hanging up the phone. Okay.
245,
right.
I'm hanging up the phone. The
5
phone
million,
is down.
5 million more. You're saying
Like 800K.
5 million more.
It's like $800,000
Who are they
a
giving the
year.
5 million to, Alonso?
Ben Rice. Well, 5 grains of Ben Rice. Yeah.
No, but for the Mets, it's not a want thing. It's a need thing. They need.
They have to.
Yeah,
They
and
need.
I feel like the other names that are on here, I feel like it's just I feel like I have a better idea of where they're gonna go than the Mets, and I feel like Corbin Burns fits the Mets perfectly. That's where I think he's gonna go.
Could they possibly get
All
all
right.
those names? If
Y'all
they
gotta-
pay him less, could they get more than one?
Yeah.
Y'all got to switch the side for me to know which one we're doing. Yeah.
Bregman.
Bregman? All right, but it's the listing out of the
you could
doc?
look at the script also.
Perfect.
Yeah, that would also have it in order.
All right, whatever. Next up is Alex Bregman. Poor guy, plays for the Astros. Okay, they gave him
Lucky
his
guy.
4th on the MLB. free
Lucky
agent ranking.
guy. That,
Don't
On the MLB free agent
rile
ranking.
her up.
All right, they gave him the qualifying offer, which I would say is cheating, but it's fine. All right, I was seeing 7
What?
years, 100. I was seeing 7 years, $185 million. But he's 31 years old. Only 2 players have gotten this that type of contract at his age. So I don't think he's getting 7 years, but I would love to hear what y'all have to say about that. But they're looking at about $26 million a year, which is about Matt Chapman, Marcus Semien, current Freddie Freeman range. And the potential fits, there's the Astros, Diamondbacks, Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Nationals, Royals, Mariners, Cubs, Tigers, and Phillies.
Everyone wants Alex
For
Bregman.
all of these players, I was researching. I would go through 6 or 7 articles, and I'd find the same 2 to 4 teams. This guy, everything had 4 different teams, and I was I'm just gonna list them all. Let's just these are
because
all the
everybody wants to sign Bregman because he is just such a great player from such an accredited organization.
We need to get a dunce cap for that one.
I love their colors and logo.
The Astros colors.
Yeah,
Thank
I do.
you.
Of course, yeah. I'm not buying.
Okay.
Let's hold up your board, Katie.
Yeah.
We know what you're
Yeah,
going.
go ahead.
Hearts.
Astros. I don't know if y'all can see, but there's a lot of hearts around it. I love Bregman. I really think that he needs to, re-sign a long-term contract with the Astros and just become an Astros for life. I know Bregman wants it to happen. Everybody on the team wants it to happen. After that last game, Altuve came out saying that like the Astros need to pay him whatever they need. Verlander came out saying that the Astros need to play Bregman, whatever. Bregman didn't like specifically mention it. He more was just kind of in the moment being like, we were expecting to play another game tomorrow. We weren't expecting to lose. So he hasn't explicitly said anything yet, but just, he wants to be an Astro for life. And, the Astros staff has said that they also want to do everything in their power to get him back and that he is their #1 priority. So I see Bregman returning to the Astros.
That was
awful. That was so awful.
Wow.
It was a good speech too, and
Yeah.
it ended like, it was a really good tape.
Okay, well, I'll back Katie up in saying that he will remain an Astro, simply because when we think of the Astros, if we think of Jose Altuve, we think, of course, the cheating allegations. When we think of Bregman, that's what we don't think about. And so for me, growing up, Bregman was who I thought of because I wanted to play third base growing up. I represented him. He was always one of my favorite players to see on the Astros. And I think Bregman to the Astros is what Giancarlo Stanton now is to the Yankees. They'll never get rid.
Yeah.
He's not the main guy, but they're never going to get rid of him. And so I think for him to finish his career as an Astro, because clearly it's on the end eventually. Like it's going to end. I think any team for him to end with, it should be the Astros because he gave them years of success. Of course, Jose Altuve and even Justin Verlander kind of took the spotlight away from him. He was still that big guy for them that came up in big moments. And so I think for him to finish his career off as an Astro is warranted, and I think that's the best decision they could make because he's still batting .260 last season with 75 RBIs and 26 home runs and an OPS of .768. So he's still getting good numbers even with, how old is he?
31.
31. Yeah. He's still on the older side, but yet again, this guy was the 2nd overall pick for the Astros. So I don't think they're going to get rid of him because of that nostalgia and that legacy that he has with that team. But for the contract-wise,
We could say that for Freddie.
you could say that for Freddie, but if we're
Yeah, you could have said that for Correa. Look what
Yeah.
happened. Could have said it for Swanson. Look what happened.
I'm done now.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Don't talk about
We're not getting to that.
Don't talk about Dansby Swanson in front of me.
Yeah.
I will say, before you go real quick, in the NFL, because I do a lot of NFL free agency research, when you see a lot of teams, it usually means they're going to re-sign because they know nothing because they're not talking about other teams. So I thought everyone would say Astros here. He's probably going back to the Astros from everything I've heard.
He's an Astro, full and full.
And everyone is going for the Astros, and I am also going for the Astros because actually I wish I spoke before Jackson did because my comparison was Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh.
The way I was
wow.
raised too.
Reading Yankees
Great
fan
minds
today.
think alike.
The Astros, yeah.
I'm like partial Yankees fan today, apparently.
He's a closeted Yankee.
Growing on you.
Yeah.
my trash talk's grown on me.
I also have the Astros. I have them. I wouldn't be mad at that contract, but I'd have him at like $25 million a year, like 5 for $125. I definitely think he'll re-sign, but I also think the Yankees would be a good fit for him, especially with them.
No.
With them,
You're like,
with them not getting Torres back, they don't want Torres. So you get Jazz at third base. Jazz moves back to second base. Bregman fills in third. I feel like that's a great fit, but it's not going to happen.
Please don't let that happen. I would actually probably just never come back on
we're
the show
good.
again.
I just
You
wanted.
might hate me for
Yeah.
I just wanted to say he would be a good fit on the Yankees.
we still got 3 more players.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
We're gonna hit now.
Yeah.
Let's speed round these.
No, not for
No, not
Yeah,
these,
well,
not
one
these.
more, and then we can maybe speed up. But
No.
this one, we are giving this one plenty of time.
This
because
one's
person
getting
is
time
near and dear
because
to
I'm
us.
about to go in a trade in a
Okay,
minute.
and yeah, I part of me understands. I will never support Katie's choices. Part of me understands the loyalty to Alex Bregman.
You will never
As
support
an
my
Astros fan,
choices.
of course, as an Astros fan. But I do respect the loyalty because I feel this way about Max Fried, okay? And this is the next one. He's a pitcher, of course. MLB.com misspelled first. They have him as the 5th free agent.
No, he's not.
in this
He's not
class.
first.
He, of course, plays for the 2025 World Series champion Atlanta Braves. Then we gave him the qualifying offer because we're smart, of course. And then so Spot Track has his projected salary at 6 years. Oh, my God. Okay, wait. Okay. Spot Track has his projected salary at 6 years, 136, which at that point I think he should just go to the Braves. I think it's going to be more around those 150 range, 150 million range. And that would be around the Carlos Rodon, if I'm saying that right, Robbie Ray, Sonny Gray. I don't know if I said any of those names right. But yeah, potential fits, Cubs, Dodgers, Blue Jays, and Braves. So yeah, y'all go ahead.
Please give me this one. Braves.
Please.
I put you guys on here, and underneath, I don't know if you can see, I said don't screw
Probably can't
up.
see the top either.
Do not get rid of Fried. I don't care what you pay him.
Not happening.
Do not get rid of him at all. That starting rotation is hurt. They are banged up. That entire rotation through and through, even bullpen, we're not doing so hot right now. If you get rid of one guy that has been there all season long and has helped us in multiple scenarios and over the years has basically practically been our ace, do not get rid of him. I don't care if Spencer Strider, he's coming back from a big injury. We don't know what Strider's
He's not even going to make
like.
it for opening day.
Not even
Neither is
opening day.
I know, I'm so mad.
Strider's
so
not
mad.
There. Strider's not there for opening day. Chris Sale, yes,
He's
again,
fine.
he's like the only guy that's fine. The rest of them, we're in trouble.
Lopez is fine.
Lopez is fine.
Schwellenbach is fine.
Yeah, I was about to
Yes.
say.
We're good.
Strider's also
We
fine. It's just going to be a
need-
couple weeks.
It's going to take a minute. But we don't know what Strider's going to be like after this injury.
I don't.
We don't
Mike
know if
Soroka,
he's going to come
I
back
don't
the
think
same.
Ugh, don't say that.
So I'm just saying this right now. Braves, if you actually want to legitimately have a chance with that bullpen, you get your starting rotation, you start with Max Fried.
I'm gonna ask all this real fast. 6 years. What? How much money? Just you gotta be quick. What's the most you're doing?
270. Honestly.
Wait, what?
Wait.
6 years, 270.
270.
Like so, we're talking like Jacob DeGrom money.
Max Fried? Max Fried?
Yep.
So like,
Absolutely not. He's worth $25 million a year.
Sell the farm. That's like get rid of Ozuna. Like you gotta.
Max Fried is worth $25 million a year.
I
I
agree.
would say like 6 years, 210.
I have five 125. The Dodgers. I love the optimism.
Riley, stop.
He's going to LA. He's going back home. He's going back to his
does this all the
hometown.
time.
Riley,
No.
Against their own
you're
teams, he
getting
does
Freddie
this all the
Freeman
time.
again. You're going back through this again. No, it's okay. We can sign him again. It's okay.
So
He doesn't
Alex.
have a corrupt agent. You're okay.
So Alex Anthopoulos is known for being a cheapskate, is known for not paying his players. Let's give examples. Freddie Freeman, Dansby Swanson, he's not paying Max Fried. We've had 2 years. We've had 2 years to give Max Fried a contract, an offer, anything. Nothing has been on the table. Absolutely nothing's been on the table. I hate Alex Anthopoulos, by the way. Hot take, I hate him. Yeah,
I hate baseball.
he's going back to it. What's your argument? Like, do you not, you don't agree with me? Why?
I mean, I would definitely say some of his obviously the big names in our team, he's definitely let go of a few and has made a very few questionable decisions. But overall, the team he brought up that still gave us a World Series and still keeps us in contention.
I'd like to talk. I'd like to talk about that.
He
Why
might
do you have
have
him?
terrible. He might be terrible at controlling players when it comes.
He
to
doesn't want to
exciting
be in
time.
Atlanta.
I think
Max
he's one of the
Fried
Cubs.
does not want to be here. It's pretty obvious.
Okay. Okay, that's.
Well, Drew, should we just show our teams
Yeah,
really
yeah,
quickly
let's
and
jump
move on?
ours.
We are
He
racing.
also thinks he's going back to the Braves.
I mean, obviously, I want him to be back, but he's not coming back.
Okay.
Be optimistic.
Okay.
Be Kaden. The entire postseason. Be optimistic.
He's gonna take where the most money is, and that's not gonna be us, because we are cheap. Cheap. We're cheap. We're not paying him what the Dodgers are gonna pay him, and the Dodgers want him.
You gotta go. Yeah.
Okay.
Adame.
We're gonna go fast. We're gonna go fast. Let's go to the next
Yep.
one. All right, real fast. I hate that, but I also kind of agree.
I do. I hate it. I hate
That's
it.
why I don't like.
Don't get me wrong.
Baseball.
Don't get me wrong. I love Max Fried. I want him in Atlanta. He's not staying in
We are
Atlanta.
not having Freddie Freeman 2.0.
Yeah, we
Not
are.
having that.
Yes, we are. No, I think he's going to the Cubs, but whatever. Okay. Next up, we're doing Willie Adames. All right, yeah, he's a shortstop. He's 8th in the MLB free agent ranking. He played for the Brewers. They gave him the qualifying offer. We're talking. I'll say this one slow. 6 years, $150 million, which is about that Dansby Swanson, Trevor Story, and Javier Baez deal. You know?
Baez.
And then according to MLB.com, he's willing to change. Let's be professional. I knew I was gonna get it wrong, so I just leaned into it. Let's be professional, guys. Okay, we don't have that much time.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Connor. According to MLB.com, he's willing to change positions, which open things up. So that can include the Dodgers, the Mets, the Yankees, or the Red Sox, the big markets. I would love to hear what y'all have to say. Go.
Okay, I think that he is going to the Giants. This is because the president of baseball operations, Buster Posey, came out and he said that he is, in fact, looking for a shortstop. And so I think that he could be a good fit here. Adames wants to stay with the Brewers. I'm trying to go quickly. Wants to stay with the Brewers, but with their TV contract not working, they're not going to be able to.
You mute mics? Can we just like
Stop.
Everyone 15 seconds?
Stop it.
Go.
Braves. I want him so bad. I've wanted Adames ever since we did that.
I'll
that
go with
trade.
Riley on this one.
I've wanted him ever since we did that A's Brewers trade that we got Sean Murphy in. I don't know how we didn't get Adames in that trade, but we need a shortstop. Orlando Arcia, get off my team. We need Adames. Either Adames or Hassan Kim. Please, Alex Anthopoulos.
Give me the Yankees. Anthony Volpe. Stop it. Anthony Volpe needs some friendly
the Braves.
competition. All right.
I'm picking the Braves. That's it. All right, next up.
What?
Last one we have. Okay. Man, myth, legend, the greatest Giant of all time, Blake Snell. He's a pitcher. He's third on the MLB ranking. He opted out of a $30 million contract. Ouch. Player option, I mean. I had trouble finding a figure for him, but so the only thing I found, I looked at a lot of sources. Spot Track didn't have anything, but they said Rodon, but a little more money and a little less guaranteed years. So we're talking about like a Tyler Glasnow. Is that his first? It doesn't matter. Glasnow range. Giants, Yankees, Dodgers, Mets, Red Sox, Orioles. What do y'all have to say?
Nats.
What?
Please.
That's fake. That's not real.
I have a hot take on this, but I don't have time to explain.
No, let her explain now.
Yeah.
No one else speak, and you can just
Go.
take the rest of the time.
Okay,
Go.
so they have a young core of pitchers. They have Mackenzie Gore, DJ Hurst, Jake Irvin, and Mitchell Parker. And I think that they also have a lot of other young players coming up that they should start making moves to start, trying to be competitive in the years again. So I could see them giving a contract to Snell to try to be competitive in the future years.
If I'm coming from Double A, I'm taking that idea.
That's worse, my words.
I am going the Mets because the Mets need bullpens. They need arms. If the Mets get Burns and Snell, they're going to change that team's projection from being possibly making the postseason to probably making the World Series.
That looks awful.
I tried.
Yankees, they need a solid number 2 behind Cole. Luckily, they got Cole back. They need a solid number 2. If they don't get Soto, I definitely see them going all in, either on Snell, pitching. And this also allows Cortez, maybe he'll to move to the bullpen.
All right, our producers.
Well, that is a wrap on today's episode of Touching All Bases. From the dugout to the diamond, we've covered it all, and we hope you have enjoyed every inning. As always, we want to extend a huge thank you to our producers, Zach and Connor, and of course, all of our viewers. We can't wait for you to join us next Thursday, and hopefully a shorter episode, and talk more baseball on Touching All Bases.
Love y'all.